My father stopped by this man and took a reading of the books he had. I wasn't interested in reading and I don't like it, but an old book with yellow papers caught my attention that talks about preparing and harnessing jinn. My father overlooked and was able to buy this book and hide it in my belongings until we returned to our home in Saudi Arabia. As soon as we returned, from the first night, I took out the book in my room and began to read in it. At first, I did not understand most of the words or the symbols in it, but my curiosity made me continue reading and reading the book. 3 days later, I woke up to my little sister screaming, saying a child she looked scary, from which she took her toy. I didn't turn to it despite my sister's constant screams, her cry and her extreme fear, and I returned that matter to the children's imagination and returned to my room and continued my sleep. I kept reading the book and my little sister continued to deteriorate hysterically and fearful, crying for no reason and seeing things we don't see. All this, and I didn't think for a moment that this is because of the book I read in it. After counting the days of reading in the book and reaching a chapter on how to prepare and harness the jinn, I became increasingly excited and determined to explore this mysterious and strange world for me. When I read and do what is in the book, I felt a hot air that passed next to me, so I was horrified for a moment and my heart ripped and I was unable for the first time to continue reading. From this night, my life began to turn upside down. My sister's scream increased until my father went to doctors in various fields. I always felt that someone was watching me all the time and I always feel the same and hot as if someone's standing behind me, and when I pay attention I don't see anything. My younger brother started to hear strange sounds at home. He was re-pricked and moved some furniture out of place, and when he went to check it, he found nothing. I've always heard the screaming of a baby boy coming from one of the rooms of the house, and when I go to it, I can't find anything, and as soon as I leave, the screaming again is stronger than the first. Not to mention the nightmares that all the people of the house see, especially me. One day I was out with my friends to the righteousness and I was driving the car, and suddenly a tall man wearing black appeared in a very scary appearance in front of me. I stepped on the brakes of the car with force to avoid colliding with it, and the car almost turned on us and we all died without God's kindness to us. And my friends swore to me by God that there was no one on our way, but the righteousness was free of any lands, stone, or trees, and there was nothing that was almost destroyed. After a while, my father turned on the doctors to treat my younger sister, and in the absence of any progress, he resorted to the imam of the mosque to promote her, and here strange symptoms appeared on my sister. She was screaming loudly when hearing the Quran or the sound of the call to the mosque. Even he said in front of the mosque to my father that she was harmed by jinn and she must go with it to someone stronger than me in the legal promotion, and my father was in front of another mosque. My father's phone in front of the other mosque came to our house, and he telegrammed my sister in the house and told my father that there is a clan of jinn in our house and trying to humor and harass the people of the house. I was not present on the day when he came in front of the mosque for Ruqayya, but when he returned the second time, I came with them al-Ruqayya, so that everyone is surprised that I am burning and there are people who speak on my tongue from the jinn. He left in front of the mosque, my little sister, and ordered her to take her out, continued my slavery, and spoke to those who dressed me from the jinn, who told him the order of the book. And I tried to bring them and cause their victimion and the death of those who came to me because of not completing the rituals or others, so the members of the clan decided to take revenge against me and my family. Thanks to God, in front of the mosque, I was able to take out the evening in the house and disinfect the house. My sister was cured, and no one of the people of the house no longer sees or hears strange things. And then my father strongly beefed to me because of my distance from God and my closeness to the world of jinn and shaitan. And I forgot the words of my Lord and left memorizing and reading the Holy Quran as my failure in my prayers.